Modern golf ball physics and conventional physics, well, they're about to rumble. Let's lay down our alignment sticks, place a ball, and see what happens next. When you have a straight club path and it strikes the ball square, it flies straight. And both modern and conventional seem to be nodding their heads yes. When we come through the ball with the face closed, it tends to bend left, and when you come through with it open, it tends to bend right. It looks like they both agree with this, but modern ball physics seems to have a problem. Modern ball physics wants to say that that ball's going to start out slightly to the right, and he's right. But he's being disingenuous because it's not going to start off right where the face is facing. It's going to be an amalgamation of the two. But that requires a whole bunch of calculations that he doesn't want to answer, so he's just going to say the old guy's wrong. In reality, that ball starts out slightly right and curves way right because the club path is square and the face is open. That creates spin and makes it curve. The modern ball physics guy is going to make another point that says open that club face way right and it's going to start out way right. He's also not going to mention that it's not going to start out exactly where the face is pointed because the ball is in fact using part of the path. How much depends on the ball physics, how much mass is displaced, and how much time there is on the face. Yeah, confusing. Now that would seem to be the end of it for modern ball physics, except the old guy, the conventional ball guy, he says, wait a minute. If a ball starts out left and it goes straight or turns right, that is definitely an outside-in path. Therefore, the club is responsible and the club sends it. Now, the modern ball physics guy says, well, what if it starts out left and turns left? Well, in this case, they both look confused because you have no idea what happened when it starts out left and turns left. But then again, common sense would say that if the club was closed far enough to start out left and turn left, you would know it because it would make a clunk sound. The moderator has an idea.
If the ball starts out going left and then cuts back to the right, the shaft is sending it and the face is bending it. If it goes out left and it stays straight, the shaft is sending it and the face is bending it. If it goes out left and it turns left, you do not know. The angle of the face and the deflection and the mass of the ball and the compression and the amount of mass that is thrown while in connection to the face will also determine how much the face affects the sending and bending of the ball. Herein there is 4-2. The face could be responsible for up to 85% of the angle of...
Okay, let's just stop and say some things that are actually constructive. Because right now we're nothing but a bunch of nerds arguing on the internet. And contrary to what you might think, that's not my idea of fun. The actual amount that the club shaft sends and the amount the face bends can vary. For the most part, the ball is going to start out in some sort of amalgamation between the two. But the real point is, there are actually ball flights that are impossible without a very specific path. The primary two, and the reason I believe this saying was created is, if a ball starts out left and it goes straight, you went outside in. Because were the face to send it, it would keep curving left. Because the same force that sends it also applies spin, which bends it. If the ball starts out left and curves to the right, you are definitely outside in with an open club face. Because there would be no way for the face to send it left, but put right spin on the ball. When we flip this over to a draw, if the ball starts out right and goes straight, you are definitely inside out. If the ball starts out right and turns to the left, you definitely came inside out with a closed club face. Because there would be no way for a club face open to the right to spin the ball to the left. It is physically impossible. Now, I believe that these are the primary flaws in the golf swing, and these are the things that we're reading the most. And I believe that this is why the saying was created in the first place, but I can't prove it. So let's slow this down and just say that the club path determines things the face can and can't do to the ball. The ball will always turn towards the spin, and the face, if open or closed, will always apply spin. Now, if a ball starts out left and turns left, you don't really know. You can look at your divot and see if that gives you some information, but that is also relative to where your feet are. Remember that all of the things we're talking about are relative to your feet. So if you just think of your swing path as the aim point, no matter what that swing path is, the way it curves is the amount the face is opened or closed towards that direction. I know that didn't clear it up, but I hope it helped. Oh, and one more thing. If the ball starts out left and continues turning hard to the left, I'm going to guess it hit your front foot, and you should probably go to the hospital.